finally your face. I'm so happy to see you and you look. Oh, it's live. Yes.
नमस्कार आप सभी को वसंत पंचमी की अनंत शुभकामनाएं। मां शारदे आप सभी के जीवन में बुद्धि, विद्या, सुंदर वाणी, उत्कृष्ट भाव और स्नेह आशीष की वर्षा यूं ही अनर्गल करती रहे। वसंत पंचमी के पावन पर्व पर टीम अनुराग्यम फिर एक नई सोच, एक नई पहल लेकर आप सभी के सामने उपस्थित हुए हैं और आप सभी का स्नेह और प्रोत्साहन ही हमारी उम्मीद की उड़ानों को और भी सशक्त बनाते हैं। जी हाँ, जो हमारी नई पहल है वो एक अंग्रेजी की पत्रिका इंग्लिश मैगजीन लिट्रो-फैशनेट and Litro-Fashionate is a visual extravaganza depicting a suave blend and an exquisite amalgamation of literature and style. Litro-Fashionate, the name speaks volumes for itself, grace and elegance with a hint of travel, informative reads, and good deeds, catering to all stratas of society, bringing them together in one common platform. Litro-Fashionate is the flavor of the month, designed in the most contemporary and chic way to keep you captivated and soulfully engrossed with all passion and fashion. And today I take this opportunity to be with the face of the magazine, the one and only Dr. Munish Jindal, who is, we are going to talk a lot about him. And I extend my heartfelt thanks and gratitude on behalf of the entire team of Anuragyam for gracing this occasion and accepting the invite to be the face of the magazine and unveil it. I would like to show you the cover of the magazine. Dr. Munish, if you have it with you, we can just have, show the magazine to all of viewers.
This is indeed incredible, and I'm so loving it. And yes, I do have it here with me. Thank you so much, Nidhi ji, for making it possible. And I'm so glad. I really want to wish good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the viewers across the globe, whatever time zone you are in. Namaste from India. And I'm so glad that Nidhi Bansal ji is being so thoughtful and considerate enough to consider me part of this, as well as to Mr. Sachin Chaturvedi, the founder of Anuragyam. Thank you so much for making it possible and having me as the cover of this wonderful magazine. And we are so glad that today we are making it possible, making it happen, and launching it today. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure entirely, and it is such an honor to be sharing screen space with the man with a vision, a visionary of hope. And the man today here in front of us doesn't need an introduction. He's already a brand in himself, a brand for humanity. And I guess, sir, you have changed the meaning of humanity in so many different ways. And I think अगर हम blood test कराए तो उसमें humanity positive ही निकलेगा. I'm sure. I mean, अगर आपने नहीं कराया तो आप कराइए और देखिए results यही रहेगा.
That is what I always say when people ask me, what do you believe in? I say that I believe in humanity. And when they say that whether you believe in God or not, or what, I just simply say that, taking care of his people is believing in him and worshipping him.
Absolutely, absolutely. And मुनीश जिंदल जी के बारे में मैं आप सभी को अवगत कराना चाहूंगी कि he is the founder and CEO of Hover Robotics and founding president of Mentor. He is a man of his dreams who has stretched himself thin over being a master of everything and a serial entrepreneur, robostronaut, international business consultant, philanthropist, fashion icon, brand ambassador, TEDx speaker, corporate trainer, mentor, and angel investor. Oh my God! आपके लिए तो जितने भी hats लगाए जाएं वो कम ही पड़ेंगे. और मैं इनफैक्ट जब ये इस टॉक शो के लिए, इस इंटरव्यू के लिए थोड़ा होमवर्क कर रही थी, तो मेरी डिक्शनरी कम पड़ गई कि मैं आपके लिए कौन कौन से एडजेक्टिव्स, कौन कौन से वर्ड्स यूज करूं. एंड यू आर अ मैन ऑफ सच. एक्चुअली आई डोंट नो, हमारे व्यूअर्स बहुत कुछ जानते होंगे, लेकिन जो आप अपने कोट्स लिखते हैं स्पेशली मुझे वो बहुत ज्यादा इंस्पायर करते हैं. द कोट ऑन विमेन एम्पावरमेंट जो भी आप स्प्रेड करते हैं वर्ड, दे आर जस्ट सो इंस्पायरिंग. एंड जिस देश में 48.5% महिलाएं जो पॉपुलेशन को कंसिस्ट करती हैं, अगर उनको सशक्तिकरण हो जाए उनका, देश को एक सुनहरे अक्षर कहते हैं, लेकिन हम उनको देश का वर्तमान और भविष्य गुलाबी अक्षरों में लिखेंगे, और इसका बहुत बड़ा एक श्रेय जाएगा डॉक्टर मुनीश जिंदल को।
Thank you, Nidhi ji. But I would interrupt you in between. I always say that women, they don't need any kind of empowerment. They give birth to a life. So what kind of empowerment we will give to a woman when you talk about महिला सशक्तिकरण? So हम उनको क्या कर सकते हैं? The only thing is women. The name women is synonymous to sacrifice. They sacrifice a lot at the early age to their parents, whatever the parents say, then they get married for their husbands and for their kids. Altogether, what happens is they lose a direction towards their own dreams. So all they need is a bit of a spark, just a little spark, and they can move in the direction of their dreams, their wishes, and that is what we're doing through our various ventures, Mentorex and all. We are operating in 65 countries, connecting women with women, and we have a global sisterhood solidarity movement, War Women, whereby it's all about making their dreams come true. And now, if you talk about earlier, there was a saying that if women they go hand in hand or shoulder to shoulder with men, then this country would be a beautiful place. But I would really love to reiterate that women are far ahead than men. I was recently part of a cultural and heritage fest of Punjab, organized by Punjab University. There were 70 prizes, and you won't believe 69 of them were bagged by women out
Oh
of
my,
70.
it's so wonderful. Of course.
Yes.
Huge encouragement, absolutely. And मैं definitely अपने viewers को आपके बारे में और भी बहुत कुछ बताना चाहूंगी. So I would like to interrupt you here, and we want to talk to you and talk about you and talk about all that you've been doing for everyone. And Dr. Munish Jindal is an entrepreneur whose life revolves around working hard for humanity and his own ventures. Dr. Munish Jindal is a game changer who has changed the face of industry and society forever. He understood the heart and soul of India and transformed environment for better, not just providing sustainable environment to the upcoming generations. Also, his core values led him to contribute exceptionally in foray of women empowerment, youth empowerment, mentoring startups, and inspiring young generation, along with taking technology-based sessions, robotic workshops, and conclaves exclusively for kids. He has the willingness and capacity to address the complexity of 21st century challenges along with the contagious enthusiasm and vigor. मुनीश जिंदल जी, आपके बारे में बहुत कुछ है बात करने के लिए, और बहुत बहुत कुछ है ऐसा जो हमारे दर्शक जिससे बहुत प्रभावित भी होंगे और आपको एक मेंटोर के रूप में देखेंगे डेफिनेटली. Since you are the founder and CEO of Hover Robotics, I would want our viewers to know what it is all about and how is it being, has it been instrumental in bridging the gap between human beings and artificial intelligence?
Wow, wow, that's incredible. See, I always had a notion to do something different for my country, for India. Though I have studied abroad and they offered me a green card and a package of 60 lakhs, which I rejected. That whatever I'm going to do, I just came here to study. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to make it happen for India. Came back here with a vision that let's make India self sustainable and have a holistic living in a sustainable environment. So we launched this. I'm the pioneer of e-mobility robots in India. I brought this e-mobility in India in 2015 with Hover Robotics. We launched e-mobility robots, hoverboards, autobots, mobility robots in India, and we are the sole manufacturer of the same in India. I
Okay.
started it from my hometown in Ludhiana because I'm born and raised there in Ludhiana, and now the people sitting in Silicon Valley or in Europe or in Japan, they all know that there is Dr. Munish sitting in Ludhiana making these robots. And from there on, the journey wasn't easy, I would say, but it has been far more accomplishing. And now we're number one in India, and we are featured among top 5 in the world in our domain. And when you talk about why this happened is like when we roam around nearby places, we take out our car or our two-wheelers, we burn petrol, diesel, and we create pollution. So these are electrically chargeable. You don't need petrol or diesel, no pollution. You commute, you can go from point A to B, and the best point is they move with your thinking. You stand on them, the AI using artificial intelligence, you think and they move. You think to move forward, right, left, backwards, yes. And when we talk about how they are bridging the gap between human race and artificial intelligence, whenever we talk about artificial intelligence, the first notion comes in us humans is, oh, it's humans versus technology. No,
Technology.
not
Yeah.
that. It's not that. It's man with machine synergy. Man
Yes.
with machine synergy. Yes. You know why? When why technology came into existence is to make our lives easier, to substitute the places where we can't go, which are hazardous for us or which are risky for us. So this is making our life easier, and when we can work hand in hand with the technology, our life is going. It's going to take us towards betterment. Plus,
Agree.
it's generating more of the opportunities. All it needs for us is to have an open mindset. All it needs to do is we need to understand and prioritize our own development. We need to learn, continuously learn, and unlearn to learn. If we are continuously developing ourselves, we can
Absolutely.
create, we can produce, we can innovate, and this is helping big time bridging the gap between human and technology. And not only that, and second, it is helping big time in bridging the gap between academia and industry as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's just huge. I mean, one point I would like to bring on, we need to unlearn because we have that typical mindset about, comparing. Yes, that technology is, replacing human beings. That is not the case. But we need to learn to be at par with technology and make it a friend rather than to just take it as a competition. That's just so wonderful. And talking about mentorings. So, what is mentorings all about, and what is the vision and mission of mentorings, and
Wow.
how our young Turks and women benefit from your the sessions that you have, the programs that you conduct for them?
Wonderful. See, it's not only the programs. How Mentrix came into existence when I launched hover robotics, I realized I'm capable of making it in India. But for technology, we're still looking towards either to the west or to the east, US and Japan. So I thought let's make the technology happen here. So I started bringing innovation to the grassroots level. Started taking complimentary certified workshops in AI and robotics. And from there on, Mentrix came into existence with the vision to educate, to empower, to elevate. Regardless of your age, your geographies, your demographies, your gender, we are there to handhold you. Mentrix is basically an ecosystem enabler whereby whosoever you are, doesn't matter what your age is, whatever your dream is, whatever your wish is, whatever you want to do in life. Maybe it could be you want to acquire a skill set, new skill set, which is not available in the traditional education system, neither in the schools, institutes, or universities. We are there. We have world-class mentors, pool of 350 mentors across the world. We're operating in 65 countries. And then there may be a youth. We have Mentrix Youth, which is operating in universities and colleges. We have Mentrix Youth chapters, as well as there are then the presidents that chapter is chosen from that college or university, and they run those programs in those schools, colleges, and universities. And we have MOUs with more than 250 universities, colleges, and institutes. And imagine someone who has a startup idea, but he doesn't know how to implement it, or he doesn't even know what to do with the idea. So we help them polishing that idea, mentoring them. And if they need an incubator, virtual incubator or physical incubator, they need industry leaders, they need funding. We are there for them, right from polishing their idea to prototype making to bootstrapping their startup and making their dream come true. Then we
Making
have women, as already explained you that there is a wow woman, the initiative, the movement, global social solidarity movement, where we connecting women with women and whatever their dreams are. Like there's so many women, they have their dreams, they want to set up their companies, or their companies are they want to take it to a new level. So letting them, connecting them with other women, not only the women, connecting them with the government and connecting them with MSME, various schemes, projects, subsidies, exhibitions of government which can benefit them, which they are not aware of. We're doing that. And skill set enhancement as well. We in during the pandemic in past 2 years, we have conducted more than 1100 programs.
wow,
Yes,
wonderful.
certified programs free of cost, certified programs in more than 350 domains, different
Oh,
domains. Talk
so
about that domain, we have done that program. Yes, so it was more about like building their skills to in the 21st century, then bringing them out of their cocoon, holding their hand, taking them forward, and then making them global. So it
making
is all about, we say that it is not us we doing, and it is not Mentorx that belongs to us. It is you yourself are doing. We are just providing a platform, and Mentorx is an open platform. It is yours.
it
Whosoever
is
is watching, it is everyone's platform. Come, be here. There is no joining fee. There is nothing. We don't charge anything. We are just solely here to help you grow.
This is just so commendable and mind blowing because there are people who are working for progression, but like this is just so. Ladies and gentlemen, here you have a person, a pole star who is ready to guide you, ready to mentor you, show you the way, help you out, fund you, listen to you. I mean, you have it all. I mean, anyway, I would like like all of viewers to take maximum benefit advantage of all that you've been offering to them. And definitely, this comes as a real boon to us when in a society, uh, generally the youth or the ladies, as I would like to say, housewives, basically, let's take it to the ground level. Housewives, they have so much latent talent in them, which needs to be realized and released, and yet they have no one to guide them. But I hope all our listeners were, being a part of this talk show, being, listening to all our conversation. I hope they make maximum use of this information and get connected to you and enhance their own selves, enhance their lifestyle, and feel euphoric about being alive and being kicking at the same time. Dr. Munish, that you come to us as a godsend opportunity, and definitely we have a lot of viewers who've been, all being so proud of being here with you. And welcome to the new venture of Anuragyam. We have Tanura Mathur ma'am. She is the editor of Anuragyam, and we have so many other people all, congratulating you. Kavya Connor Foundation congratulates us on this wonderful talk show. And there are so many more questions we would like to ask you. Since we've already touched the MentorX part, and I hope all of us going to, be a part of MentorX as soon as we get to know about it. And there are so many more questions. First, if given a hypothetical situation that you have on one side you have a group of highly technical, intelligent, ready to go young Turks, and with a risky startup, and then you have on the other side a flourishing business and with assured profits. So whom would you like to support and why?
Okay, see, one thing is this is my life. This is actually my life we're talking about. This is what I did. I was sitting in my like I used to run my family business. We are into coal mines, coal trading and all. So I walked out of my office and I said that I'm not doing it anymore. It was a flourishing business. It is a flourishing business with huge profits, whatever, and comfortable life. Sitting as a boss, the director of the company, and sipping coffee, tea, signing checks and bills. That's it. I walked out of it, started my company, Hover Robotics, and you won't believe when I launched that company. I was the clerk, I was the peon, I was the marketing guy, I was the HR, I was the budgeting person, I was the CEO. I was doing each and everything by myself, but I love the process. And when you're talking about young tucks with the risky thing, so I would say I would really love to go with those young tucks with the risky thing. When you use the word risky, I would say the risk can be mitigated if you're dedicated, devoted, and focused, and if you have the patience. Patience and perseverance is the key. Any venture you launch, we call 3 years is the gestation period. If you're willing to give your 3 years dedicatedly to it, believe me, any venture, any dream, any wish can come true. All it needs is your dedication. I start venture every 3 years, a new venture. As of currently now, I own 9 companies and 12 domains. Every 3 years, I start a new company, give my everything again from the peon or the clerk level, right from the bottom to the top. And then when it's running efficiently, I put it on autopilot, move on to the next venture. So any day, anyone, if you feel there is something new coming up, grab it with your both hands and give your best for it.
That is height of modesty. Like you being the peon, you being the HR, you being the clerk, you being the CEO of your own company. And that is how we learn the dignity of labor. And of course, every venture needs unbiased attention, unbiased dedication. And and when you have a mentor like Dr. Munish Jindal, what more can you ask for? That is just so beautiful and commendable. And on your part, being so honest and so modest. I think मुनीष जी आपका middle name modest होना चाहिए. I think that would be most suited. Okay, now you've been mentoring youth, you've been mentoring women, and how do you see the youth of India in the next 5 years?
Wow, the youth has unlimited potential. unlimited potential, especially the youth in India. If we talk about, they are brainy as well as they're hardworking. The only thing is they need a direction, they need hand holding in today's time, because the in today's time things are so fast paced, internet technology, the information is coming at so quick speed that they are not able to disseminate the information, that what's good, what they can implement, what they can adapt to, what they have to ignore. So all they need is hand holding, direction. They have unlimited potential, and if you're talking about 5 years down the line, you will see India emerging as one of the global powers. And I'm already working with PMO, Prime Minister's Office, and the Niti Aayog, whereby we're working that by 2030, we are including the entire youth across India. And when I'm talking about youth, I'm talking in terms of kids from the fourth grade, fifth grade, right from the grassroots level. Yes. And we are working towards a mission of 2030, where India would be a global problem solving machine, that any problem in the world, India would have a solution to it.
Our viewers wouldn't know. I've attended few workshops with Munish ji and with children, basically the kids. And trust me, they were so full of energy and so focused on what they wanted to do. And they knew where they have to start from and what is the way and how they are going to go about it. I mean, it was so boggling that young children, as young as 7 or 8, I guess, sir. I
Yes,
think that
7 years. There is another kid of us. She's 7 years, Avika Jain. She represented herself in IIT, and when she speaks, you won't even believe she speaks like someone from the seasoned entrepreneur of 30 or 40 years of experience speaks.
actually, that was commendable. And then when we start looking back to ourselves, that what have we achieved, what have we learned? We need to learn so much from them. And the kind of spark they had was actually mind blowing. And a few things now I would like to tell about our viewers about Munishi. He has dedicated his life to philanthropy. He always takes his foot forward for activities to help mankind. He is an active part of all major programs for the betterment of humanity: green plantation, blood donation, and much more. Imparting knowledge is the mission of his life, and he is working towards this by providing free education for underprivileged, spreading autism awareness in association with Darpan School of Autism. He has been appointed as mentor of change by the Government of India, Niti Aayog, Flash mentor at UTS, University of Technology, Sydney, Australia, a member of doctoral committee of Greenwich University, Mauritius, as well as Vellore Institute of Technology, India, and also appointed in the Global Advisory Board of MSME, Chamber of Commerce and Industries of India, MSME CCII. He has been recently appointed as the National Director of Natural Sports and Youth Development Council. Sir, just tell me one thing. Once you had mentioned you work for 21 hours in a day. Now, generally, we all have 24 hours. How many hours do you have in your day?
I believe the way we work, our target is, our goal is to have at least 96 hours every day. That is how we clock ourselves, that whatever other people do in 96 hours, we have to finish that in one day. So that is how we work. And I always say that if you are sleeping 8 hours a day, it is like one third of your life is going sleeping, and you cannot afford one third of your life sleeping, right? So yes, but don't start sleeping 3 hours like me. At least minimum 6 hours are required. Even I'm gonna cut down my work hours. I'm gonna bring it down to 18. At least I shall get 6 hours of sleep. So whosoever is listening to Nidhi ma'am, please do sleep for 6 hours, but no more than that. That's more than enough. And rest of the time, stay focused, stay dedicated to your work, and whatever you wish for, it will come down to you walking served on a platter, rather than you chasing those whatever comforts, luxuries, wishes, dreams you want in your life. They will come served on a platter. The only thing is stay focused.
Stay focused, stay unbiased focus, unbiased focus for anything that you do. Dr. Jindal, I would like to ask you, like now that having tasted success at such an early age, we are going to read your accolades, the laureates, and everything that you've achieved all through this. mm, You're a young chap, and the kind of accolades that you've received, in such a.
See, I tell you something. When we talk about accolades and achievements, they doesn't matter. The doesn't matter at all. Trust me. Whatever trophies, whatever certifications, even whatever education you got, the only thing that matters is How many people are happy because of you? That's the first thing in life. Second, how many people when you meet, how many of them smile seeing you? Two, third, the most important is how many people bless you in life, right? If
Absolutely.
you can achieve that, doesn't matter what your education is, doesn't matter what accolades, what, you know, I don't know how many accolades I got, how many, I don't even have a place now to keep them. 6 rooms have got filled and they're going into cardboard boxes. But that doesn't matter. When even someone blesses me or someone smiles, that is the real earning and that is the real achievement, real recognition for me. Or someone, if I go down to a college or a university and I deliver a session, and after a year I receive a text from a student, sir, you came down to our uni and I heard your speech or whatever you shared your life journey, and today I started my company and we are so successful. That is the real achievement, that is the real recognition. That is when you create leaders, when a leader creates leaders. So I don't know what you're going to read, and that doesn't matter. If we can spread this message that first, stay focused, achieve in your life, be something, and once you're something, aspire to inspire, create your replicate your legacy for others. You know, once you're a leader, create more leaders, help them unconditionally. If someone is coming to you, I'm not saying that sell down your house and give that money to them. No, whatever you can do, if your experiences, if your knowledge, if your intellect, or if your network can help them, then help them unconditionally. Doesn't matter what you're getting in return of that. Life is a full circle. It will come back to you 1,000 times and you don't know how. And you don't know where you are sitting today, how whosoever has plugged what kind of dots who has connected for you. So please keep doing these things. These are the real achievements.
When knowledge and humbleness walk hand in hand, you create history. And today we have with us a living legend who believes in humanity and taking it further down the line. And Dr. Munish Jindal, when we talk about women empowerment, and you have been traveling the world, so how does this term apply to India and other countries? What is the implication?
See, I told you, I don't believe in this term. When you talk about women empowerment, initially when we started, I told you clearly, I don't believe in this at all. We cannot empower women. They are already empowered. They are the biggest force in the world. They are the largest untapped reservoir of talent in the world, right? And I always say that they wear this invisible crown on their head, and this crown is not made of those diamonds. It's made of their hard work, their dedication, their sweat. And we men, I believe they have two hands. Women have invisible hundreds of hands, whereby they're managing home as well, they're managing kids, their husbands, their parents, their in-laws, and even the businesses of their husbands and the studies of their kids, and I don't know what more. So while doing all this, the only thing is certain times they just let their dreams sleep over. They just put them in a dossier, they put it in a cupboard, in a wardrobe, and forget where they have kept them. So all we need to do is knock knock on the brain, open the drawer, take out your dreams, let's work on them, let's fulfill them. Yes, you are also here to live life, and life is all about your dreams. And when you set your kids also in this process, what's going to happen is you might give a little bit of extra leeway to your kids and let them stand independent by own their own. You know, I can give you an example. When I was a kid, my dad never helped me in doing anything of mine, anything. Trust me, nothing. Whatever I used to ask him, license, passport, or I need your help here, he never went anywhere with me. And I was like, something's wrong with him. Trust me. And I used to get frustrated. But you know what? Now at this age, I realized why he did that. Now I'm self-sufficient. Whatever I'm like, if you ask me something, I'm like, okay, it's just a call away. I can get it done because now I created my own legacy, my own network. Otherwise, whole of life I would have been dependent on his shoulder. Right? Yes, I need this. So this I really want to say to you that let set your kids free, let them be independent, let them do what they want to do, and you go into your direction, achieve your dreams. And for that, if you need any kind of help, we are most welcome. And at Mentorex, we have 1,200 positions open, 1,000 positions as a chairperson across the world, 100 chambers, 100 councils. And again, these are all honorary positions. No financial or monetary tax are associated with it. So who are the visionary leaders here in the women? They can come, they join, they can do the hand holding, they can create more leaders. And the ones who are the budding ones who want to grow, they can come, they are most welcome, and we are here to nurture you or handhold you. In whatever way we can help you, we are at your discretion.
That is just so wonderful. You brought smiles, sparkling smiles on the face of our female, viewers today. And definitely, so many of them are going to get in touch with you because I know all of them are bubbling with enthusiasm and excitement, and so much more in them which needs to be realized and released. And Mamta Razak is saying it's a great pleasure to listen to you, sir. It's a great pleasure for all of us to be here with you today. And we take this opportunity that Team Anuragyam would like to confer this title, Face of the Future, Dr. Munish Jindal. And with folded hands, I request you to kindly accept this title. And
Indeed, humble, ma'am, Nidhi, ma'am. Thank you so much. Indeed, humble that you are conferring such a huge honor upon me. And I would again say that I would reiterate that this is an example. Work hard and grow in your life. And in that, if you need any help from anyone, keep knocking their doors and reach to great heights. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Ekta Segal Malhotra ma'am says, so true, women are already empowered. Love this, what you said. And true that, if we can bring a smile on someone's face, that is best accolade. And that is so truly said. But I would nevertheless like to read out a few accolades of Dr. Jindal. And he is fully loaded with achievements, accolades, honors, and world class experience. For the last 18 years of his practice, enriched with global vision, Dr. Jindal looks forward to creating many more innovations that reflect sophistication infused with vitality. He symbolizes the spirit of outstanding achievements and excellence despite his hardships and challenges. He has authored numerous books, research papers, journals, and he has various trademarks and patents to his name. The laurels and fleets of award that comes rarely to a very few at such a young age is way too inspiring. Dr. Jindal has been honored and awarded as the Exceptional Leader of Excellence at WEF. His life is fully loaded with achievements and awards, yet he remains so down to earth. Dr. Jindal, the most fashionable professional, Van Heusen has been honored and awarded numerous times across the globe. Biggest award being the conferred the Karamveer, the just one moment please, the Karamveer Chakra by United Nations and the Noble Asian of 2018. He has been honored with more than 500 awards and honors, and a few of them are here as follows. He is a TEDx speaker, Mentor of the Year 2020 by International Education Icon Awards, appointed as a Flash Mentor at UTS, University of Technology, Sydney, Australia, appointed in the Global Advisory Board of MSME Chamber of Commerce and Industries of India, member of Doctoral Committee of Grenz Society, Mauritius, member of Doctoral Committee of VIT AP University, appointed as National Director of NSYDC, honored by IIT Institute of Indian Institute of Technology, Indore, honored by Kotler Awards, Mr. Phillips Kotler at WMC 2020. These are just a very few, a very small glimpse of all the awards and honors conferred on you. And the other day, when we were in that session, your blazer was all lined up with all those badges and all. And I was intrigued to know what were they all about.
When you walk down to maybe different countries or you do something special for them, then it's the country honor being honored by the either by the prime minister or the president or the premier. So being honored by the president of Mauritius, the premier of China. I represented India in China, and in Mauritius we established a TBI, Technology Business Incubator, right? So then I being the distinguished gentleman, what we do is every year, last Sunday of the September, we go in our tuxedos on the motorbikes towards health awareness. So last year we raised 35 crores in one day. It happens
Ah,
across the globe. Yes, it happens across the globe, every city in the world. The movement is run from Australia, and then I've been honored by Her Excellency of Australia because I've studied in Australia and they feel I'm making them proud in India as well as in Australia. So this way, So many more accolades they are happening all across. So what I do is I don't I'm not limited to any jurisdiction, either it's India or America or Canada or Japan or Australia, wherever people need me, I'm just there for them, regardless, as I told, regardless of the boundaries or gender or geographies or demographics. So anyone who needs help, I'm there to help in whatever human capacities and capabilities I'm able to do for them. And anyone can earn them. It's not a big thing, but for me, still the things that matter is how many people I am making smile every day.
That is actually very modest of you, that these accolades and honors don't bother you. Absolutely. But these are tokens of appreciation, and for us, it becomes an inspiration that anyone who
But
is so.
Nidhi, these accolades, the two things. One is, yes, they motivate you to do more, but they bring responsibility as well. You know,
Right,
when you're sitting at such stature, you know, your each and every action should be morally, ethically,
right.
unbiasedly correct, and you need to move in a right direction. So it brings too heavier responsibility sometimes, which certain times you also feel like, oh, I want to live like a normal human being.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, any incident that you would recollect in your memory, like you'd been abroad and something which actually touched you, something which made you feel like proud to be an Indian. Of course, you've been there on global platform for so long, and
So many. I was in Mauritius, and I had a conclave. The president of Mauritius himself came in for that, and that's a big thing. A country's president coming up, and then in India itself, I'm working closely with PMO House, Niti Aayog, NPC, National Productivity Council, under the aegis of we talk about this Ministry of Trade and Commerce, or in Australia, many more countries. Like been working with United Nations. I mean, working with. United Nations peacekeeping forces as well in Thailand. Like I'm a faculty advisor for UN. So when you're working for them, and the thing is, when your work gets noticed, when they say that, oh, it's Dr. Munish and he hails from India, that's the best part I love. Like, because I've studied in Australia, I've lived in Australia for 6 years, but I don't know, I'm very close to India. India lives in my heart. I always say that with my brain I could be Australian, or I could be, you can say, west or east, but with my heart I'm truly an Indian. And when they recognize you, when they pronounce you like this, that Dr. Munish and that he hails from India, and when they recognize you from your work, it's really heart touching. That is very, and certain times they call me Mr. Mentor X or Mr. Hover Robotics. So
no.
that I love even more. That I love even more.
And in fact, you being proud of being an Indian, India is proud to have you, and we are also very proud that to have known you. And being on this talk show with you is like a dream come true. And so many of us are sending such wonderful messages and good wishes to you. And just one thing I would like to know that somewhere you had mentioned that man on wheels. What was that incident, if you could recall and tell us?
That is here in my hand. This is something.
Okay.
This is what I make. You stand on it. This is what is like. You stand on it. You move, man on wheels. And second thing is what we did. We came across a gentleman, and his legs were crippled since birth. He couldn't even crawl. He came down to us. We made a sitting arrangement on a hoverboard, a kind of a special seat. His sat on it. Controls came in his hands. The guy who couldn't even crawl, couldn't even walk, nothing. Now he's suddenly moving on the wheels, known as man on wheels. He could yes, he's going to his offices, inside home, in bedrooms, everywhere. He's just moving around, and he's so happy. This was one of the deepest moment of my life, when I could see suddenly that gentleman, beaming with smile, the spark in his eyes. That I don't know. That was like I did some magic for him, whereby I thought, oh Munish, you have just done your ordinary work, what you're doing in your routine life. Like, okay, you thought of I made few sketches, okay, then took up the welding machine and all, did it, created a prototype, and then okay, finally we started it on a commercial scale as well. So but the spark and the magic, like I saw in his eyes, that was really heart touching. That was really heart touching.
And we can see the same glimmer in your eyes as you were talking about this. That is just so. I mean, I can't find the right word as of now. But okay, now that you've tasted success at such an early age, how has it transformed you as a person, as an individual?
Well, I don't know. I'm just living the same life. I'm eating the same food, wearing the same clothes. If you go down to my interviews 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you will find me in the same blazer, and you might be wondering what's wrong with this guy. And he's the most fashionable professional. This and that accolades. But yes, and the only passion I have is yes, I love traveling. Traveling is deeply embedded in my blood, and love exploring places, love knowing new people, their culture, their food, their languages. That is what fascinates me. I travel a lot. I travel around at least 250 days in a year.
Oh my God, you
Yes,
actually,
I'm into suitcase living. Yes, I'm into suitcase living since, you can say, since 2003. It's been almost close to 20 years now that I'm into suitcase living, and I love this. I really love this. This is what is keeping me alive, if you say.
yes, truly, truly, definitely. And after a long day, how would you like to unwind yourself? Like, how would you like to relax and just be, spend some me time with yourself?
Yes, my me time is again either it goes into my robotics lab innovating, right?
Okay.
Sometimes I'm working in my robotics lab till 4 or 5 in the morning. One. Second is if I'm out on a holidays, then it's big time party. I love dancing. Like yes, that is big relief. Big. I never get stressed though. I never get tired. But yes, that's what I would say energy for my soul. Or certain times, very rarely I play early morning golf. I'm not a morning person. Very rarely I play it, but I love it. I really love it. So these are the moments. Or I have my nephew. He's 8, and I love playing with him. Those are the most soothing moments for me.
Absolutely, absolutely. That child in you is still alive, so much alive, and we can see that in the way you talk, in the way you conduct yourself, and the smile of yours speaks volumes about the kind of person that you are. And कुछ समय की सीमाएं हैं और we are time bound a little, but we could always talk about you so much, and we would definitely have you once again on a show. And people are wishing you wonder. Okay, we have so many people sending you messages, and what a wonderful show it is. All thanks to Munishi. He is the man of the hour, the face of the magazine. And before we leave, I would one more, a note for anything that you would like to tell our youth of today, how they should conduct themselves, how they should look forward to life.
The only thing I say is patience. Keep patience in your life. Things don't happen overnight, right? When you study, it takes good 3 years for your graduation. So take that into the real life as well. If you're starting something new, give it good 3 years, and once you reach somewhere, rise others. We rise by uplifting others. Hold hand of others and make them rise. Thank you so much.
Thank
That
you
not
so
the
much.
message, everyone, to all the viewers. Thank you for being so patient, listening to me. Indeed, deeply touched with all your, warmth and grace. Thank you, Nidhi ji, for inviting me and considering me part of this. And all the gratitude for Mr. Sachin Chaturvedi, the founder of the magazine that we're launching today. And I'm really grateful for that.
Thank you so much, sir. It was indeed an honor to be a part of this talk show and be in candid conversation, and definitely a visual treat for all of us, and so much more. And of course, we are definitely going to be, all of us are going to be a part of MentorX and be a part of you and your progressive thoughts. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much.